Hey, good morning everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I've got a serious question to ask you guys. Who likes smoked baby back ribs? I know I do. So that's what today's video is going to be about. We're going to be smoking some ribs. And I've heard this rumor on the internet that there's a smoke method called the 3, 2, and 1. Not really sure what it's all about, but I'm pretty sure it's better than microwaving it or boiling them or whatever people do to cook ribs these days. So we're going to try it, give you my feedback on how it works. And I've got a new grill to use. It's a pellet grill. It's a Pit Boss 700, and I'll give you guys my opinion on how that is. And yeah, so let's get started. All right, so here's my rack of ribs that I've got. We're going to try and cook today. I'll save you guys the trouble of watching another rib prep video, but pretty straightforward. These had a small bone sticking out, or it was left from the butcher. It wasn't a good one, so I cut that one off. Then removed the membrane. You've probably seen that before. And then I'll start with the bottom side of the bone side of the rack, and I'll put my mustard on there, a layer of that. I like this because it'll help give something for the rub to stick to, and you really don't taste mustard. Pick a nice rub that you like, or prep your ribs however you like. But today we're going to try this Stubbs barbecue spice rub. So like I was saying, you'll do your mustard layer first, and then you'll put a nice layer of your rub on. And then I'll flip the ribs over, and then I'll do the top the same way. I'll do the mustard layer, then I'll do the spice rub. And then the third thing I like to do on the top is I'll add some brown sugar. And after about 45 minutes to an hour, the brown sugar kind of renders into the meat like this. And once it looks about like this, they're pretty much ready to go on the grill. So let's go get the grill started up, and I'll show you the features of the Pit Boss 700. Alright, so this is the Pit Boss 700 pellet grill. Pretty simple design. And on this side is the hopper. This is where you'll put your pellets in. So that's what you're going to be using to smoke your meat with. And then you've got your temperature control down here. With the 3-2-1 method, we're going to start off with 3 hours in the smoke setting. And then we're going to take the ribs off. We're going to wrap them in foil. We're going to smoke them at 225 for 2 hours. And then we're going to take them out of the foil. We're going to sauce them and then put them back on the grill for another hour at 225 for a total of 6 hours. And then basically how it works is the pellets are fed into a small burner down inside the grill, and that creates a small fire, and that's what smokes your meat, and that's your heat source. So it burns the wood pellets in there like that. And then we have a catch can here for the grease. So that's a nice touch. So all metal construction. You got your metal wheels. And then on the back side, it's got a small door that you can undo. And you take that plug out, and you can use that to empty out your hopper if you want to switch out the style of wood that you have in there, or if you're storing it and you want to clean it out, you can do that. So, pretty nice. So let's get this thing fired up, and I'll show you what it does. Okay, so we're sitting about 195. We had this running for a little while. Grill is nice and heated up, and let's put our ribs on. So we'll just let them sit like that for about 3 hours. What I like to do is I like to come back once an hour and I'll spritz them with a little bit of apple juice and a little bit of spray butter, and I'll show you how I do that. But other than that, we're not going to touch them for about 3 hours. Okay, so it's been 1 hour, so what I like to do is spritz it with a little bit of butter and a little bit of apple juice. Looking good so far. I like to do that once an hour just to keep a little moisture in them, keep them from drying out. So we'll let this go for another hour. We'll come back, repeat this process. So we'll see you at hour number 2. Okay, we're at the 2-hour mark. Let's give these guys one more spritz. Smells good. Okay, we'll let that go for 1 more hour. That'll complete our 3 hours of smoking at the smoke temperature. And then we'll get to the next step where we'll wrap them in foil. And that's when we'll smoke them at 225 for the 2 hours. So we'll see you in an hour. Alright, so we've hit our 3-hour mark, so I'm going to take the ribs off and we're going to put them in some tin foil. So let's do that. It smells good. What I did was I added about a half a cup of apple juice to our tray, sprayed those down, and then I like to spray a little bit more butter on there, just for, I like butter. Okay, and then we'll just wrap them up. And just fold the ends like that. And this is ready to go back on the grill. And then we'll change our temperature up to 225. Okay, and we'll let this go for 2 hours at 225. And the next step, we'll unwrap them. We'll put our favorite sauce on, let them go for 1 more hour at 225, and these guys should be nice and ready and juicy and delicious. Alright, we'll check back in a little bit. Okay, so we've reached our 2-hour mark. We're going to take the ribs off. We're going to take them out of foil, put them back on, and sauce them up for my last hour at 225, and these guys are almost done. Okay, so here's the ribs. I'm going to transfer them back to the grill. We're going to sauce them up. Man, these smell really good. Oh man, it's gonna be awesome. So good. So we'll get a lot of sauce on these guys, and we'll close this. We're gonna keep it at 225 for 1 more hour. Let the sauce set up. And these guys will be pretty much done. Alright, so we finished up our last hour, so I'm going to go ahead and take these ribs off. Alright, they look really good. Nice and tender. Alright, let's take these inside, get a better look at them. It's getting dark out now, so I can't really see them too good. Alright, it smells good. Alright, so here are the ribs, all done. So this was your 3-2-1 method, so we put them on at the smoke setting for about 3 hours, and then we put them in foil, increased the temperature to 225, cooked them at that temp for about another 2 hours, and then we took them out of foil, we put some sauce on them, cooked them again for 1 more hour at 225, and these look delicious. So let's cut into this one. Smells so good. Let's cut right there. Oh yeah, this cuts just like butter. Yeah, there we go. Whoop. Look at that. Oh yeah, nice and juicy. Let's try one more here. Okay. Yeah, look at that. Nice little smoke ring. Nice and tender. Nice bite. Yeah, that's perfect. Not too mushy. Nice and tender. Plenty of juice in these guys. Yeah, 3-2-1 method. That's the way to do it. Oh man. Pretty much comes right off the bone. Yeah. That's amazing. Alright, if you like this, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you guys next video.